Batman, where's my pants?
Emmett, that is so 5 years ago. Hey, have you heard Jim Bob, the new movie critic on YouTube? He's going to talk about our movie today.
Hey, awesome! I can't wait to hear what nice things he has to say about us. Oh, do you think he'll talk about how awesome I was?
Well, from retro perspective, I've heard he enjoyed the first one and my solo film. And who wouldn't? I'm Batman.
Yeah, and let's stay far away from that Ninjago movie.
But everybody knows, in reality, no other Lego movie matters. Mine's the best, hands down, because I'm Batman.
Hey, yeah, yours was awesome and all, but this one has the new catchy song.
Wait, no. Oh, now it's stuck inside my head again. How could you do this to me?
Oh, come on, Batman, lighten up, have a bit of fun. This song is awesome.
How could you say it's awesome? It is the exact opposite of awesome. The only awesome thing here is me. That song just got stuck inside my head and it's been in there since Jim Bob saw the damn movie the other day.
Well, let's see what awesome things he has to say about it. Take it away, Jim Bob. Well, if you wanted that song stuck inside my head, it now is. Thank you very much, Emmett. The Lego Movie 2, the second part. This film follows pretty much exactly where the first one left off, where those big, cute little alien things come down to the planet and say, "We are here to destroy you." And then it goes, "Oh man." Leaves off directly from that, exactly the way I wanted it. Because it shows how this invasion happened in the first place and why the Lego town is now like in a post-apocalyptic world. I'll admit, going into the movie I was worried because looking at the trailers it didn't really look that appealing to me and the jokes seemed a little bit bland. But I'm brushing all that aside and telling you that this movie has just as much awesomeness as the first, maybe a little bit more. But overall as a movie, the first one is still my favourite because it was fresh at the time. This movie reminds me of maybe Ralph Breaks the Internet and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and all those animated films like that, just popping out references left, right and centre. Which makes for a good giggle, especially scenes where Bruce Willis suddenly just pops up, even in an air vent. What stood out most to me in this movie was Emmett and Wildstyle, or Lucy. Their chemistry is on point and it's amazing seeing how well these characters have developed over the years. Lucy's seen the world for how it is now. Dark, gritty, not a single hope in the world, and Emmett on the other hand still believes everything is awesome. So Lucy is urging Emmett on to change and to grow up. But deep down, Emmett's still that sweet loving guy he always was. The way this movie ties into the real world people like it did in the first one with Will Ferrell and his son, this one ties into some great family elements as well, which is actually close to reality with the way siblings play with each other. So you can tell that this movie is more aimed at kids, like it dives into stuff like that where it says like, you know, sharing's caring. Some sweet stuff to watch. My 6-year-old daughter sincerely enjoyed this film. Because as the years went on and we had no Lego Movie sequel, we had the spin-offs like the Lego Batman movie, which is a very good film, Lego Ninjago movie, which I didn't like that much. So I thought, by the time this movie comes out, is it going to feel dated? Is it going to feel not as fresh anymore? Bear in mind, it is not as fresh as the original, but it still has all that same charm and the fun factor of the first one. It has the jokes, it has the special effects, it has the over-the-top craziness that just goes on during this film. But I must say the animation in this film has improved since the first one. The detail in some of the bricks is unbelievable. Sometimes I get confused whether it was CGI or is it actual Lego bricks. Not to forget there are some great musical numbers in this film. I thought Everything Is Awesome was catchy, but the new song in it, literally called Catchy Song, will get stuck inside of your head. To play, like there's a video on YouTube where it plays that song straight for 10 hours. No, I didn't listen to it for 10 hours. I can't listen to any song for 10 hours no matter how good it is. But I must have put it on about 15 times and the song is so goddamn catchy. Might have to dance to it after I've had a bit of a drink one day. With the music elements, the Lego movies never seem to fail. They have some good soundtracks. Even Lego Batman and even Ninjago had some good songs. Ninjago had Found My Place, Batman had Friends of Family, and the Get Nuts remix. This movie has some pretty wacky songs. My second favourite being the one where the Queen of this planet, I forgot what the planet's called, I'll put it below, and Batman are singing to each other. Where she's saying she's not into Gotham guys. So at one point you think the plot's going in one simple straight line. They need to go to this planet, to stop Batman and the Queen having this wedding to avoid a Armageddon. Yeah, literally, a Armageddon. Then, like a lot of films recently, it throws in a twist which I didn't actually see coming. But really, it should have been staring at me in the face the entire time. The new character, Rex, it should have been there from the beginning that I knew that he was the main antagonist in the end. Everything in that aspect popped up, you know, Galaxy Warrior, Dinosaur Roundup guy. And then as soon as it revealed it at the end, who Rex actually was, and Rex is actually Emmett from the future. And I should have saw it coming a mile away, but for some reason I didn't. Jim Bob not predicting something. I am ashamed and appalled, and I will no longer be doing YouTube. Goodbye. How could I ever do that? So the twist, I was like, holy shit. But I think the only issue I have with the film as a whole is the fact that the twist at the end didn't necessarily make sense to how the whole thing ties together. For example, I'll try and explain. Rex is Emmett, but when Rex goes back in time to stop Emmett from getting washed under the drying machine in the first place, wouldn't he erase from existence then and there, not at the very end after all that happened? Then again, yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me at all, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree. But then again, it's only a nitpick because it's a kids' film. If it were a movie for adults, then yeah, that'd be a major problem I'd have with it, because there's so many films involving time travel where things just don't make sense entirely. Kind of reminds me of Back to the Future, really, like when Marty's erasing from that photo, you know, practically erasing from existence. Why at that point was he erasing from existence? I mean, if he erased from existence at that point, he wouldn't just disappear on stage. He wouldn't have been there in the first place to, you know, be in the car with Lorraine in the first place, get George to sort of pick up his act and lay one Biff in the face. But the Lego Movie is a kids' film, so I can let that slide. Overall, I thought the Lego Movie 2, the second part, isn't as good as the first one, but it has all the fun and all the charm and charisma of the first one. Great musical numbers, all of our old favourite characters are back, like Metalbeard, Spaceship Guy, Lucy, and the kitty cat that just gets really, really violent towards the end of the first one. Oh, thank goodness! Ah! Lego Movie 2, the second part, an A. Now, I had a choice between reviewing Mary Queen of Scots or Escape Room, but then I went and saw this yesterday, and I thought to myself, this has to be the one I talk about. It's Lego Movie. I'm a sucker for the first one. I'm a sucker for Lego Batman. Don't talk about Ninjago. Yeah, I know Ninjago wasn't that bad, but it's just nothing compared to what we had before. So why don't you tell me your thoughts down below in the comments, what you thought of the Lego Movie, the second part. And as always, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. If you're new to my channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I upload at least once a week. Remember, you're awesome. Take care.